shoot.
I'm drawing up a short list of candidates. Would it interest you? Yes. But we'll need to evaluate all your work. The talk that we just gave today.
Ernest, you're first. Hello. Happy almost St. Paddy's Day. I see DG is here. Hello. Happy St. Paddy's Day. I'm just going to say it, even though it's tomorrow. Happy Life is here. Shaika's here. Hello, guys. All right. I'm coming up with a trivia question for you guys. Ernest says, yay. Okay. Happy Life St. Paddy's Day. I know. I'm not going to be live tomorrow, so I wanted to do more St. Paddy's Day stuff today. Let's see. Okay. Trivia time. Guess my favorite Irish food, everybody. What could it be? Oops. Is it? Been a while since I was first, says Ernest. Big Hoss, good to see you. Cabbage, Guinness, hello Pete. Dang, Bobby says corn dogs. All right, give me 1 second here as I type in these options. Guess my favorite Irish food. Oh, Roger Hess, thank you so much. I'm not able to screenshot it since I'm typing in a question. Or, what was the other one I had? Dang it. Thank you, Roger Hess. I'm so sorry. I will get you on my dono list. I just have to think. What was my other option? Oh. Okay. So, guess my favorite Irish food. Boom. There you go. Yay. Oh no, did someone already pick tacos? No, not the tacos, guys. Dang. All right, so let me rearrange here. Get you guys in my phone stand. I got lots of stuff going on here. All right. Oh, fun. I think I got it, hopefully. Yep. Satariano. Thank you. Okay, donos. I gotta get Satariano Gaming on my dono list. Thank you so much. And then I also have to get Roger Hess, who sent the dono tower earlier. Thank you guys so much. All right, so that's looking better. All right, oh my goodness, I have so much stuff, you guys. Let me make this trivia question a little bit smaller. And then I also gotta plug in my phone. Oh, thank you, Satariano. Oh my gosh, you're sending all these gifts. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. All right, where's my chapstick? Oh no, dang it. Alrighty, ooh, more gifts, thank you. Thank you so much. Look at all these. Press F, happy poop, amazing. Oh, and an ice cream sundae. Chador says birthday. All right. Chapped lips. Ernest, the weather is atrocious right now. I wouldn't call our weather atrocious. It's just the return of winter weather here in Minnesota. How about you guys, Ernest? Happy Life says hello, Cody. Brian is here. Dang it, Bobby. What's all the boxes of goodies? I'm going to be unboxing stuff that just came from Target. I also have some Irish breakfast tea, everybody. I decided to buy some Irish breakfast tea for St. Patrick's Day because I thought it would be fun. I'm gonna post a short, so stay tuned for that. I am gonna be posting that later today. Dang it. Okay, happy birthday, Blue Neptune. Is it the return of something? Josh, oh yes, we've been having really bad wind here too in Minnesota. I'm like, what is this? It's crazy. All right, BC, Ernest, how's Rachie doing? She is busy. She's doing good. Okay, Arthur Luciano, hello. Charles Alfonso, good to see you. Thanks for tuning in. All right. Okay, Josh says, thank you, BC. I'm sure none of us knew that tacos were Mexican. Yeah, if you know, you know. It's one of those things where it's like, you guys, plenty of you should know by now that it's never the first option. Do not pick the first option. I'm gonna catch those of you who aren't paying attention and just voting the first thing you see. All right. Let's see. Fulton Mraz is here. Hello, Ernest. I'm so happy to hear that. Yes, all is well with Rachie. She's a busy bee. BC, Danny. Let's see. Oh no, don't tell me tacos are first. Oh no. Oh well. It goes to show you can put something ridiculous first and people will still pick it. Hello, Mark Bailey. Good to see you. Oh, they just tied the Chicago River. I'm going to add this to my bucket list. Bucket list edition. See the Chicago River green on St. Patrick's Day. That is so cool. They're always after me, Lucky Charms and tacos. Where's the crack? It's right here, Yaba. Thanks for joining the crack. I learned that phrase from Saoirse Ronan, the wonderful Irish actress. All right, Sir Mod, they did it on Saturday. Josh says, Bobby, I was wondering if you had propane and propane accessories. What a specific question. Let's see, Josh is King of the Hill reference. Okay, Mr. Carter. Now it froze over. Oh no! Oh no, that's funny. Let's see. Oh, Paper Chasing Jason, thank you so much. I wasn't able to get the screenshot, but I will shout you out in my dono shout out post. Paper Chasing Jason, thank you again. Union Ash, yep, got to embrace the St. Patrick's Day spirit. I love St. Paddy's Day, it's so fun. Foodie, yes, you're stating the obvious. We all know that. South Valley, I can't eat sugar because my washing machine. Oh no, that's very specific. Alrighty. All right, Mr. Carter, tacos are Italian. I love how many people are needing to comment on the fact that the first option is ridiculous. It's on purpose, guys. Goes to show you, almost 40% of people put tacos. Come on. Come on, guys. Think before you vote. Dang it, Bobby, pretty sure they discovered tacos inscribed in the pyramids. Exactly, right? Oh, so silly. All right, so thumbnail is all updated. Love to do that. No foodie, tacos are Chinese food. And see, Irish tacos are the new thing, right? So I do have Irish breakfast tea that I'm drinking here. It's very nice, actually. I think it does have caffeine, but oh well. All right. Come on. All right, Mr. Carter, saying hi to NC, laughing at NC. All right, I'm gonna unbox some stuff while I drink my Irish tea. So yeah, you guys can see what's in my lovely Target order. Yay! I do love Irish soda bread. Yes, me too. NC. Oh, they're right there. How are you guys' Mondays? Are you guys having a good start to the week? Catalina Crunch for sure. You called it, dang it, Bobby. Foodie says, I've only met one Irish person before. I've met several in my life. Sir Maud, I don't lie, there's a spot in Chicago that sells Korean Mexican fusion food. I've had like Latino and Asian fusion food before and it was very good. Ooh, yummy. All right. Recycling is full. So I love ordering pepitas, aka pumpkin seeds. Walleye John. So those are your foods that you do not like. I like cilantro. I don't like pickled herring. I like horseradish. I like blue cheese, even though I don't eat it anymore. And I don't know about that last one. Dang it, Bobby. Yes, I get free shipping for my Target stuff. All right, foodie. Why do you hate cilantro? I mean, there's this like genetic thing they've shown where some people just really don't like the taste of cilantro. I have a friend who absolutely despises cilantro and she thinks it tastes like soap. So she's one of those people. Oh, Sir Maud. Oh, thank you. Let me get a screenshot of this. Thank you, Sir Maud. Oh my gosh, how terrible would this be? I wanted to heart your comment and I accidentally hit your name and then I almost clicked like ban this person after you sent that. Oh my gosh, thank you, Sir Maud. Yay! Let me get you on my donut list and say thank you. Yes, I love reading the comments. They're so fun to read. Truly. The comments are so fun to read at the live streams. Can't imagine just yapping and not reading them. LOL. Thank you so much for the super chat. Woohoo! And gotta use the Dono Wow, since I made that as a member emoji, for people to respond to people's donations. Thank you very much, Sir Mod. It's so much fun reading the comments. I really enjoy it. Oh, my door is open. I heard it rattle a little bit and I was like, is Jason Voorhees coming in here? Like, who is that? All right, Yabba, Irish tea, and no little pinkies. Irish pinky. Yeah, this is good. So I brewed this earlier because I am gonna be posting a YouTube short. Oops, spilling some tea. Walleye John says cilantro is horrible. Some people just think it is. Yeah, I get it. Hey Hannah, happy almost St. Patrick's Day. Yes, woohoo! Happy St. Patty's Day. I am drinking Barry's Irish breakfast tea. I've never had this before. I will admit, I did not know Irish breakfast existed until a couple days ago. I was looking at like are there distinct teas for Ireland, like from Ireland? And I'd only ever heard of English breakfast, but apparently there's Irish breakfast too. So I am drinking that right here. Let me show you what I just unboxed. So I love putting pumpkin seeds on my salads. So here's a couple containers of organic pumpkin seeds, also known as pepitas, salted and roasted. Oh, they also make just a great snack. They're dangerously tasty. I mean, I can munch a lot of them at once. I love these first answers, thanks. Yeah, I know. It's funny, Brandon Preacher Green, there have been a couple people now in this live stream who have made comments of, tacos aren't Irish, they're what, and I'm like, yes, I know. You must be new, because I always put just ludicrous answers in the first option slot. Andre Carter, great to see you. Hope you're doing good. Let me undo these. Hello, Rated Frog. Happy almost St. Patrick's Day for a lot of you. Some of you, it's already St. Patrick's Day. All right, gonna put these guys away. Alrighty, Andre Carter, saw that comment from you. All right, box number 2. What's in it? Any guesses? Someone said Catalina Crunch. You guys should put your guesses in the chat. What items do you think I ordered from Target? Yes, Rated Frog, this is tea. Right here. Elk is here. While I give you guys a chance to guess and see what's in my Target box, I want to show you guys some really cute items that my uncle sent to me. So I was telling you guys a few nights ago that sadly I have a relative. It's one of my uncles who is in hospice. He is probably gonna pass this month, which is really sad. He's down in Iowa. I'm not able to go and see him, but luckily my mom has been able to go down, and several of my family members have been able to go down. And he wanted to send back some items for me with my mom. So my mom dropped these off and gave these to me today. And they're so cute. They're fridge magnets, each of them. And so one of them is a fridge magnet for the great state of Iowa. I see PADDY'S here. Yep, I'm live. So here's one of the fridge magnets that my wonderful uncle gave to me. Iowa, the Hawkeye State, established 1846. So I'm gonna put this on my fridge, right here. And then the other one that was so sweet, Sermon, I know, it's sad, but it's, you know, it's part of life. Unfortunately, people get sick. He had been having some health issues for a few years. We weren't aware about like the severity of them. So yeah, it's sad, but I got to have a final phone call with him. It was really, really fun. And he just seems very at peace. So that makes me happy, like at peace, very comfortable and surrounded by tons of family and friends, which is, if we're talking like end of life, like ideal way to have the last few days or weeks of your life, it's like comfortable, you're clean, you're well taken care of, and you're very peaceful, content, and you're surrounded by family members. And my uncle has all of those things. So that makes me, even though it's sad, it makes me very happy that he's got this very pleasant end of life experience. And then he also gave me this. It's a frog and a piano. And it was really sweet because on our phone call that we had, this was a couple weeks ago, I played a lot of piano when I was in high school, and I was like pretty good, I would say. Like me and my sister did competition. So I had done this recital in high school, and my uncle had attended that recital, and he was like, you and your sister were so good at piano. And honestly, guys, it's like when someone who is on their deathbed is telling you things, it's like I'm listening with both ears wide open. And he's like, don't let your piano skills go, you know, completely dormant. Like, don't let your skills go. Like, keep up your piano skills. And so I was like, okay, uncle. And so he decided to buy me this fridge magnet with this adorable frog at the piano. And I love this as a reminder because I've told you guys, like, I eventually want to get back into piano. Currently I don't have enough time in my schedule to fit it in. I also don't have a piano at home right now, but I love this, like, encouragement from my uncle. He's like, don't let your piano skills lapse. You need to keep doing it. So that is the story behind this magnet. I'm gonna put it right here. So those are my two very sweet fridge magnets from my lovely uncle. Okay. Sorry, now I know I'm behind on the chat, so give me just 1 second to read everything. Thank you guys. Rated Frog says, sorry, Hannah. It's okay. It's okay. I mean, it's, you know, it's sad. It's like, it was a little unexpected, but we've known he's been in poor health for a while. So yeah, it's part of getting older when you have older relatives. It's just, that's part of reality. Sir Mod, Pata 6, thanks guys. Unc James, hello. NC says those earrings are magical. Thanks. All right. Mindful, peaceful, Irish curse bear from Ireland. Unc James. Iowa, also known as idiots out wandering around. Nope, I disagree. I think Iowa is a wonderful state. Although I remember hearing that saying growing up. Idiots out walking around, I think was how we said it. Pata 6 must have been somewhat rough having that call. Yeah, I think at first I was like, you know, when you're having the last conversation with someone before they pass away, in my head at least, I was thinking like, okay, I gotta make this count. I don't want to waste words. I don't want to talk about BS. I really want to just say what I mean, be honest, and yeah, just soak up whatever he's saying. Slices Chris, hello. Streams have been shorter. Lol. Unc James, Kimberly Dale. How should I deal with 3:35 this morning? I don't know. Irish Curse Bear, full Irish breakfast, very popular. Okay. Nickel N, Mindful Peaceful. I'm tired. I tried playing the violin, I think. Fifth over at Hannah NFL Draft is a month away. Vikings pick. I don't follow the drafts. No, I don't do any of that. I just watch the season. Fifth, okay, that was you. Pata 6, wish I had a last talk with my oldest brother. Oh, I'm sorry. I mean, the thing is, we don't always get last conversations. Like, I think about, there's so many ways that someone can pass away. With my uncle, it was like a series of health events that eventually led to hospice care, where it was like he was having some heart issues, he was having some kidney issues, he was having some blood pressure issues. It was like, it wasn't, I mean, very sadly, I mean, there's lots of people that just, they go out to, you know, drive to the grocery store and they'll get into an accident, and then people just pass away in an accident. So there's some times where there's never going to be a final conversation that you know is the final conversation, because the death was unexpected. It just was like out of the blue completely. And this one isn't a complete surprise. It was like a rapid progression to hospice, but it's at like one of the silver linings in terms of all the ways you could pass in this case is all of us have been able to have final conversations with this relative of ours. Cosburn says, I want to hear you play now. I am very out of practice. I would not want to play for you guys until I'd actually had some time to like revisit my music stuff, because I'm real rusty. And see, I'm sure you'll cherish those forever. Yes, I certainly will. Hope you get to play the piano more. Me too. It's one of those things where, you know, I have to take an honest look at my schedule right now between 9-to-5 job, YouTube as my part-time job, getting enough sleep every night, having some time to exercise, having time to get my chores done, go get food to cook. It's just across all of my things going on right now, I don't have time, and it's not honestly a priority right now because I have other things that are more important. But in the future, when I have more free time, I will prioritize it. UK Yar, Neapolitan, yes, NC, I did hear that the Vikes got Kyler Murray. Yeah, but please no sadness on St. Patrick's Day. Well, I wanted to share my uncle's lovely magnets that I got today. He sent them along with my mom. Cosborn, Neapolitan, Mindful Peaceful. Favorite instrument besides piano? I never played it, but I love the cello and I love the organ. All right, Pata 6 says, oh no, I'm sorry to hear that, Pata 6. Oh, oof, that's such a sad way to lose someone. Joseph Ferry. Interesting. I'm not sure how I feel about that. Cornelius Moore, good to see you, Cornelius. Reynaldo Madridi, good to see you. Thank you very much. You are loved and appreciated. I love hearing that. Thanks for such a sweet comment. All right, Tony is here. Joseph Ferry. Life is life. Charles is here. Thank you very much, Charles. Raylan Fall. Sure. Tell a joke. Share your joke with us. It's St. Patrick's Day or St. Patrick's Day Eve for us all here. So I feel like jokes are welcome. Stone Papa Smurf, Vikings pick in the NFL draft, McCoy from Tennessee. Thank you, Ronaldo Madridi. I appreciate you. Antonio Salazar, I'm doing well. I didn't see any guesses as to what I got in my Target box. You guys should put some comments in the chat. What do you think are the items in here? There's, Let me see. 1, 2, 3. I guess just 3? I thought there were more. There's 3 items in here. Dylan Thomas O'Boyle, good to see you. Happy St. Patrick's Day to you over there in Ireland. Stone Papa Smurf, Kyler Murray won 3 Texas State championships in a row in high school. All right, Leah Liz, hello Leah. Ruben Bean, everybody go but gold. Oh, bye. Dylan, Tata Crisps, Saint Mead. Oh, that's right, because your name is Patrick. That's right. Yes, Patrick Hedstrom. Saint Me Day. Reynaldo Madridi, birthday tomorrow. Someone has a birthday tomorrow, but tomorrow is St. Patrick's Day. Leah is saying food items. Stone Papa Smurf says Target Box, Catalina Crunch. Charles says Hannah in capital letters. I was thinking about you. I thought you'd like to know Polish is the only English word. If you capitalize the first letter, it changes the pronunciation and the meaning. Polish and ooh, I love that. I love some good English irregularities. Let me tell you guys, I taught English as a foreign language overseas in Germany, and I feel like you don't truly appreciate being born as a native English speaker, like growing up with English as your first language. At least for me, I was not grateful enough about having English as my first language until I had to go teach it to other people who did not speak English as a first language, and they're like, why are all these rules not consistent? It's like, okay, we just spent a whole lesson learning this rule, and now this spelling is weird, and this pronunciation is weird, and this and that, and I'm like, oh my gosh, this is such a headache. Like, English is, I wouldn't say it's like the worst language ever in terms of trying to learn, but you learn the rules and then there's so many exceptions to the rules. I remember, story time, I remember being in this one lesson. I will never forget this as long as I live. But in English, we have two ways to say TH. There's the and the. So think like the word the and then the word thought. Like those are two different ways you say TH, the TH sound. There's like a thicker version and a more like airy version. So the or this or this is hard. So yeah, there's like a the and then there's like thinking, thoughtful, thoroughly, where you're like blowing air through your teeth. And I remember sitting there in the English classroom. It was a bunch of German students who were learning English, and they watching like German English learners trying to learn how to pronounce that sound. They're like, they could not do it. I was like, this is so the they say like dis, like I can't say dis, or I'm thinking about this, and I'm not like, no, I'm thinking about this. And they'd say I'm thinking about this. I'm like, It's so funny though, dude. Yeah, teaching English is, it gives you an appreciation for having English on lock when you're an English native speaker. Okay, Dylan, do we get to guess? NC says, ever experienced St. Paddy's Day in Chicago? No, NC, but I just added Chicago St. Paddy's Day to my bucket list because I want to see the Chicago River green like they do. Charles 2.0, I'm here. Yes, Charles, yes, I appreciate that. It's anything with like the English language, like oddities, one-off weird things, spellings, pronunciations, rhyming, all of that stuff. So interesting. I was almost an English major. That is so interesting. Polish and polish. Cosborn says, where do leprechauns go to buy their milk? The mini mart. Nice. Leah says, I can't imagine growing up without English. I mean, you'd probably just speak a different language, but it is weird to think about being raised as a native French speaker or a native Spanish speaker or a native Mandarin speaker, because it's, I mean, I'm so grateful it's English that I happen to just be born in a place where I was gonna have English as my first language, because English is the language you need to know to understand so much in this world. Like social media is dominated by English speakers, entertainment, movies, music. Not that there's not other languages, but it's like business and entertainment and just so much is English, 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 English. All right, Dylan, I've only ever heard of soda bread. Leah, Mevasser, tinking, yep, tinking and sinking. Like, it's ways that like non-native English speakers try to say those words with the TH. Like, if you can't say that sound, it's like I'm thinking. If you can't do the th. Let's see, Happy Life. Pata6 says we learned English early in Sweden. Man, people in Europe, all of you guys, you learn languages so much earlier than we learn here in the United States, and I wish we started learning foreign languages earlier. It's like, yes, English is, it's like the main language here in the US, but still I'm like, oh, it'd be so nice. Because going over to Europe, everyone over there that I encountered spoke at least 2 languages, but often 3 or more. It's just, I feel like it's very, people are very multilingual over there. Ghee Butter Snaps, it's great to see you. Mevasser, let's see, Matt Torrance, good to see you. Cooking with Pepe, aber auch Deutsch. Ja, natürlich. And see, let's see. We got Cooking with Pepe. Kannst du Deutsch? Ja. Kannst du auch Deutsch? Cosborn, I wish I would have tried harder in Spanish class. That'd be so helpful to be able to speak near me. That's the thing. It's like if you learn a language and then you don't have an opportunity to practice it, it really is tricky to keep up. Pazzo 6, I wish I knew Spanish though. We had options to learn German and French. Okay, nice. Very nice. All right, well, I'm gonna reveal what's in this lovely box. So we have item number 1. So I wear contact lenses and I needed to get a new box of my contact lens solution. So you guys can't really see them, but I wear contact lenses on my eyes. Sometimes I wear glasses, but 95% of the time of my life, I wear contact lenses. So yeah, that's how I have my vision corrected. And for those of you who don't know, when you take out your contact lens, you can't just leave it dry in the little storage container because they'll dry out and become crispy and you can't put that on your eye. So you need to use saline solution, sterile saline solution, and pour it onto your contacts so that they stay moist, so then you can put them back on your eye the next day. So I got my Opti-Free contact lens solution. Very, very exciting stuff. But you know what? I'm liking that it's green for St. Paddy's Day. That was not planned. So we got that. And then I think someone said food. Correct. Boom. We got some organic quinoa. I was thinking of making some tonight, but to be honest, I'm not really feeling making quinoa. We'll see. But this is my go-to quinoa. I ran out of it, so I needed some more. Put that over here. And then, last but not least, More Starbucks instant coffee, guys. And this is also green. Look at that. I'm loving this accidental green colored stuff happening on my live. So, good old premium instant Starbucks coffee. Hence why I have the emoji, the members emoji that I just put. All right. Du bist sehr süß. It's Cooking with Pepe. Dankeschön. Kommst du aus Deutschland? Cooking with Pepe. Yaba says, if a leprechaun granted you 3 wishes, what would they be? I think, one of them would be to never have any kind of health malady for my entire lifetime. 1. So it's like never have to deal with the flu, never have to deal with COVID, never have to deal with a broken bone. But it's like one of my leprechaun wishes would be I wish to never have any health, how would I say this? Like any health issues for the rest of my life in any way. No health issues. Just aging, purely aging, but no illnesses, no diseases, none of that. So that'd be 1. The other 2, that's hard. I mean, I think I struggle with wishing for money because part of me, I think I'd feel a little weird knowing that I didn't truly earn that money myself. So I don't know what my other 2 would be, but I think for the rest of my life, I would wish to never, ever, ever again have any type of health issue come up. I would just age and then reach the end of my life, and that's it. I couldn't tell, honestly, says Pata 6. Oh, you mean like my contact lenses? Leah, my son uses that contact solution. Nice. Will Morgan, happy St. Patrick's Day. Hello, hello. It's already St. Paddy's Day for you. Let's see, Cosborn. I get the same contact solution. I believe it has 2 contact containers. Yes, I think that's right. Ever considered eye surgery? Pata 6. Sometimes I have considered eye surgery, but the thing is, my eyesight is naturally pretty good. Like without my contact lenses, without my glasses, I can still see most things pretty good. I just need a little bit of clarity when I look far away. So it doesn't feel super necessary to get eye surgery to correct my eyesight. And second, honestly, I would be kicking myself with regret for the rest of my life if there was anything that went wrong with my eye surgery and say I lost my vision in one or both of my eyes. Even though the risk of anything happening is so low, it's not 100% like foolproof. Like there are still mistakes that happen with eye surgery. So I'm like, I don't really need it. It's not like I'm completely blind without my contacts or my glasses. And I don't mind wearing contacts and glasses anyways. I'm totally cool with it. It's like minimally intrusive in terms of the extra time it takes and the hassle to like go and get my eyes checked. It's just, I think for me, it's currently not worth undergoing surgery for my current vision. If I were to get way, way, way more, if my eyesight got way worse, where it was like, dang, I really can't function without glasses or contacts, then maybe I would think about it. Chip Broadhead says, when mad, I grow and turn green with a 6-pack. Okay. Let's see. PD Unlimited wishes. Wish for a preview of the outcome of your wishes before they're granted. Oh, that's a good one. I like that. Let's see. Pata 6, I understand that a family member did that years ago. Vice, Pot to 6, don't we all wish that? PD, Chip Broadhead, as a worker, I work for my money, so if I buy a lottery ticket and win big, I have worked for that big lotto win. That's fair. I also think there's the argument to be made of like, if fate just deals you a really fortunate hand and you happen to just win a lottery or be in the right place at the right time or shake the dice and roll a winning, like, I feel like there's certain things that happen by circumstance, and I'm a believer in fate, so I'm like, I think why wouldn't you welcome good fortune if it came across your path? I'd be like, okay, I'm not gonna just not accept this stroke of good luck here. That seems a bit just silly to me. Dylan, it's Azure Blue, St. Patrick's Day Blue. NC, Hannah needs glasses because she always reads a lot of books. True. Cosborn, people believe in that. I know! People are getting fooled by the Irish tacos. It's ridiculous. Hi, Chief of DC. How are you doing? Happy St. Paddy's Day. Hope all is well with you. Glasses make people look younger, though. I feel like glasses make you look older. That was always my impression. Janaba said hi. Ah, come on. Little residual thingy here.
How are you? You can't come in here without a boss who call you in 3 seconds. I'm looking for the body of the tourist found last night.
All right, Janaba said hi. Z Sleepless. You guys should share if you have any fun plans for St. Patrick's Day. Are you guys going to any pub crawls or, I don't know, parties or anything tomorrow? I know it's a Tuesday, which is a little awkward, but there's still stuff. Janaba NC says Irish tacos are a fusion dish. I could put any silly option up there and people would still be like, oh, this actually exists. Pata 6. I might be near issues myself having blurry spots after blinking very often. Okay. Have you gotten your eyes checked by an eye doctor, Patrick? Kevin Matthew, there is an Irish pub near my work. Going to get lunch there. Love it. Love it. I'm trying to think if there's anything nearby. I mean, there's pubs all over Minneapolis and St. Paul. So, yeah, there's some stuff I could do. Probably won't do anything too crazy, if I'm being honest. What are you planning on getting for lunch, Kevin? Yeah, but okay, what shenanigans did you get up to as a child? I mean, I would do pranks on mostly my parents. I'm trying to think what we would do though. Nothing too crazy. What's Irish and not green? Me. Although I'm green today, but not always. What's Irish and not green? Guinness. What's Irish and not green? Oh gosh, what else is there? What's Irish and not green? I don't know. Kevin, they have a great shepherd's pie, of course. And Irish stew. Oh my God, I love Irish stew. Yummy. That and some Irish soda bread. NC says, I'm just excited for corned beef and cabbage. Frisco. Dylan says, I have another trivia question. What's the Irish for Patrick? Oh, I feel like I've heard it before. Can't think of it though. Ginger hair. Yeah, there you go. That's good. Yeah, gingers. Kurt, good. How are you, Kurt? Good to see you. Be sure to vote in the poll if you haven't, guys. Guess my favorite Irish food. The options are tacos. It's a garbage answer. Don't pick it. The real options are Cole Cannon, Irish mashed potatoes, boxty pancakes, Irish soda bread.
Sorry, I'm reading a book.
Be quiet, but I assure you I am a friend.
Oh, I know what I was gonna look up. Ooh, wait. OMG.
I don't think so.
Sorry. Sorry. I got distracted. Jazzy, hello. How are you? Happy St. Patrick's Day.
Did you know my
Ooh. How I want to look up how to pronounce this. Patrick. Because it's like I would say Patrick, but Patrick pronunciation. All right, I'm going to look at this on YouTube. How to pronounce Patrick in Irish. Let's see it. I'm going to try and play it loud for you guys. Let me make sure to mute myself. Okay, I'm muted. My video feedback is muted. Ernest says, yay, I didn't miss the answer. Not yet. I'm going to close the poll in a few minutes, but I'm looking up a video to see how to pronounce Patrick in Irish. All right, let me crank this volume up.
I'm scared to even think about
All
it.
right, here we go. Hope this isn't super loud. How to say Patrick.
We are looking to pronounce this name, deriving from track, as it was Patrick, as it was introduced
Padraig.
via the name
Padraig.
Saint Patrick.
Padraig.
So this is essentially the Irish equivalent of Patrick. So how do you go about pronouncing it? Just consider the second A as silent. Padraig.
Padraig.
You do want
Padraig.
to stress on the first.
So it's similar. Okay, Pot6 says hearing my name a lot is great. Yes, tomorrow is your day, or in your case, it's already St. Patrick's Day over in Sweden.
I would never steal a book.
Ernest, Cosborn, Hannah, is the pot of gold at the end of our rainbow? Kevin says, what kind of spells do leprechauns use? Let's see. I don't know. What kind of spells do leprechauns use? Lucky Charms. Lucky Charms. Boom. Okay, right as you put it in the chat, I was like, it has to be like spells or something. Ernest is asking, how's the tea? It's good. I mean, the thing is, I had no idea how much tea I was buying when I found this at a local grocery store. This has 80 tea bags in it, guys. So look at that. I'm so accustomed to any container of tea bags having like 15 to 20, not 80. So I have so much Irish breakfast tea. I will probably still have this a year from now for St. Patrick's Day 2027. But I like it, Ernest. Thank you for asking. Chip Broadett says Father Ted used to be a leprechaun. Let's see. NC, I'm pretty sure B sounds like V in Irish, not positive. Ernest is laughing. All right, guys, I'm gonna close the poll in about a minute or so. So vote if you haven't. Please don't pick tacos, for the love of God.
If you didn't see my father, he's not to be disturbed.
Kevin says, check out the actress. Oh yeah, Saoirse Ronan. Oh yeah. I love listening to Saoirse Ronan because she will explain words or pronounce words, and you're, as an English speaker, you're like, who's not from the British Isles, you look at the spelling, like the spelling for Kevin in Irish, you're like, what is this? Oh my God, let's look. It's like C-O, how do you even say it? It's like Queven? How to spell Kevin in Irish. It's, yeah, Caoimhin. Queven or Kevin. So interesting. Excuse me. Ashwat Narayanan. Kevin. Yep, Kevin, there you go. Yep, like Neve. Yep, actually, there was a fellow English teacher who I met up with for coffee in Munich over a decade ago. Well, not quite a decade ago, but almost a decade ago. And her name was Neve. Burned pure by the flames. Hello. It's a very intense username. All right, guys. I'm gonna close this poll and let you guys know my favorite Irish dish. Kevin, Irish meaning of Kevin is handsome birth, gentle birth, or noble offspring. I love it. Guess my favorite Irish food. Irish soda bread. I knew that would get a lot of votes. It's not soda bread. Tacos. I'm so disappointed that tacos came in second. Guys, I mean, those of you who are regulars know it's not the first option, but tacos got 26% of the votes, which is disappointing. Boxty pancakes came in third place, and it is boxty. I made boxty for the first time last year. I have a recipe video for it. They are so freaking tasty. New favorite Irish food. It used to be Cole Cannon. Burned pure by the flames. Took 10 minutes to come up with. I'm thinking of giving you guys another quick Irish themed trivia question. Let's see. Let's see.
I've been looking into the statistics. We are struggling. If this book could explain our origins. Yes.
Pata6 says, I make legendary pancakes. Secret recipe. Nice. Burned by Flames. Got it right. The Quiet Man is still one of the best movies to watch on St. Paddy's Day. The Quiet Man. Movie? Oh, I just can't do old movies. I just can't. Oh, the aesthetic is so like dated to me that it instantly makes movies just so not fun to watch. All right. Burned by the flames. 1 out of 8 isn't bad. I own no green clothing except for my Celtics jerseys. I have like one green top, but it's not a very noticeable green. Actually, I might have a t-shirt, but not sure. That movie is so good though. What about 90s movies? I struggle. Like, I'm so accustomed to watching like Netflix caliber shows and movies that are in like HD, super like good effects, super crystal clear. And I just like great audio and like older movies, honestly, even from like the 2000s. It's just it's like grainier and the sound isn't as crisp and the effects aren't as good. And I prefer to watch like modern movies that have been made within the last 20 or so years. Hot to Six says some are great. Kevin, Boondock Saints is also the best movie to watch on St. Patrick's Day. I still have not seen the Boondock Saints. Not even Jurassic Park. There's some, like Jurassic Park. I mean, that's from, some of them are from the 90s. Those are good. I think it just depends on the movie. The farther back you go, it becomes harder and harder and harder for me to watch movies from farther and farther back in time, because it's just like the technology was not as good for filmmaking as it is today. All right, another Irish trivia question for you guys. Sorry, I'm thinking here. Boondocks is a classic. I know it's one of those I've heard of a million times, and I just haven't gotten around to it. Sorry, I'm looking for. Here we go. Okay, I got it. I'd argue the acting was better back in the day, though. Oh, sometimes it's really corny and canned. Or it's just, it's very, like, I watch some of these, like, golden era of Hollywood movies, and it's so, it feels very theater, not film. Where I watch films now and I'm like, that looks like you're just watching some people like on the street or like in a room having a conversation or fighting or crying. But some of these like even like Gone with the Wind, it's beautiful and it's a classic, but the way that they speak, it's so like formal and performative that it doesn't feel like you're watching people just acting as you would see them. It's a bit overdone. Kivo, Burned Pure by the Flames. OHM Creative. Dang it, Bobby, did you watch the Oscars? Nope, don't care about it. Okay, so let's go. More Irish question. Well, another Irish question. Guess my favorite part of Irish culture. Woohoo! Oh, Bishop Bullwinkle, thank you. I just hate that your gift came and I can't screenshot it. I'm writing a trivia question. Let's see. Sorry for the loud show in the background. All right. Done. Poll question. Here we go. There's your trivia question. Second one of the night. Let me scooch it up into the corner here. All right, now let me put you guys back. Bishop Bullwinkle, I'll get you on my dono list. Woohoo! Definitely not Scotch. Okay, hold on. Gotta add Bishop Bullwinkle real quick. Bishop Bullwinkle, okay, adding you. Thank you again for the 100. Gotta give you a dono wow if you're still here. No, gone. Dang it, Bobby says, I can't watch musicals. I legit get secondhand embarrassment for some reason. It depends on the musical. I am not the biggest fan of musicals. However, some of them, oh, they're so wonderful. I feel like I should make this a trivia for the future. Oh my gosh, look at that. JB, it's a green super chat. Yes, on St. Paddy's Day, or almost St. Paddy's Day. I love this. Thank you. Happy St. Patrick's Day to you, JB. Thank you. Any fun plans at all for St. Paddy's? A green super chat for St. Paddy's Day. Love it. Frank, so good to see you. How are you? All right. Who else we got here? NC is saying Gaelic football. Victor Coco, happy St. Paddy's Day. Yes, same to you. Oh, I know what I was gonna do. It was dang it Bobby's comment. It made me think I want to do a trivia question with the question would be favorite musical, and there's so many. Oh my goodness. I can come up with my top 3 right now. Okay, boom. Already have my next trivia question for later this week. JB, happy St. Patrick's Day. Woohoo! Gotta do a dono wow as well. After all, that's why the member emoji is there. John Hendricks said hi. Hello, John Hendricks. Darwin Ortega. Hello, Darwin. Daniel, is sunscreen essential for skin routine? I'm no dermatologist. I'm not a licensed medical provider, but I have heard so many dermatologists who are skin doctors on social media swear, like, you know sunscreen is important when the skin doctors are showing their skin routine and they're covering themselves in sunblock or something with SPF in it. So I follow a couple of medical doctors who are dermatologists, so specifically trained to treat skin, like any conditions of the skin. And they all are like, you need your skin protection, okay? So I'm like, all right, if the doctor's telling me to do it and they're putting it on themselves, I'm not gonna argue with them. Alex Morales, Kevin, La La Land was a great musical, Greatest Showman as well. Dang it, Bobby says Grease gets a pass. I wasn't big on Grease. Wicked the musical was great. Yes, I went to go see Wicked like a decade ago. It was so good. Rob Faye, how's the snow, Hannah? We got, let's just look this up because I feel like it was like 5 or 6 inches. How many inches of snow did Minneapolis get this weekend?
How's it going with that?
Oh, come on. It shouldn't be this hard. Minneapolis, not Minnesota.
Diana did.
Minneapolis. All right. Let's see if I can find this. Really? It's saying 10 inches. Maybe because the cities have been so good at getting the snowplows out immediately. I'm not even kidding you guys. Here in Minneapolis, like the blizzard, oh, thank you so much, Pata6, wow. What I was gonna say is that like here in Minneapolis, your tax dollars are going to work because it was like Saturday night, the snow blizzard was upon us and it was like 1 a.m., 2 a.m., I was staying up late chatting with my sister. And I looked outside my window and I could see like the flashing lights. This was literally 1 a.m., 2 a.m. And there were snowplow, like shoveler. It's like those machines, like it's not snow plows, but they look like little like industrial caterpillars that are going down the sidewalk. So I was like, dude, we got city employees out here in real time at 1 a.m. plowing away the snow, clearing the sidewalks, making sure the roads are cleared away. Obviously, they had to keep going and going all weekend because the snow kept falling. But I was like, yes, it's so nice to live in a place where they plow the snow immediately. You are not stuck having to shovel your sidewalk or worry about getting you're like trapped by all this snow and you can't even like get out of your home or go anywhere. So yes, I will express how satisfied I am with the city of Minneapolis and how quickly they take care of the snow. But that also means that I feel like I'm not always aware of like how much snow there is because the city clears it away so quickly. Pata6, thank you so much. I'm loving these green super chats. These are awesome. Yay. Another green super chat for St. Paddy's Day. Oh no, there we go. It was delayed. Thank you, and thank you so much. All right, long yap session. Matt Torrance, here I am. Happy St. Patrick's Day. NC using all the fun member emojis, yay. Delaware is here. JB says no plans. Messy for life is here. Dang it, Bobby says Mother Nature has been going through it the past couple weeks. Yep, it's been weird. Rob Face says 94 degrees in Yuma. Oof. NC March in like a lion, out like a lamb. Yeah, March is just such a toss-up. And I don't mind it. I feel like when you've lived in March weather, at least here in Minnesota, enough years, you're like, yeah, it could be warm, it could be sunny. In the case of today, it was sunny, so I did want to get outside and just get some sunshine. But the wind was vicious. I was like my ears had turned like really red, and I was like, ouch, ooh, owie. NC says, nice to know your tax dollars are actually being spent on the community. I know. Say what you will about all the headlines that have been coming out of Minnesota, about all the fraud. Yes. However, as someone who lives here, I've lived here most of my life, I pay attention to what's going on locally, and it's like, as a taxpayer who lives in Minneapolis, it is like, I was actually having a conversation with my boss at work today. My boss lives over in St. Paul, and he was telling me that his wife needed to get out and go somewhere to like, I don't know, had an appointment. And she was like struggling to get out of their driveway and down the road because the snowplows hadn't come down their street yet. And I was like, you're telling me over in St. Paul, they haven't even gotten to your street? Meanwhile, over here in Minneapolis, the snowplows were out on Saturday night at 1 a.m. I was like, oh, I would be so frustrated if I was trying to like go outside, leave home, and there was all this snow that had started on Saturday. So I will say the city of Minneapolis does a good job plowing, sanding, clearing away, if there's branches or debris from a storm, keeping sidewalks and like trails and stuff like clear because there's so much recreation in this city. People still, in the wintertime, people still want to bike, they want to run outside, they want to cross-country ski, they want to take their kids out in strollers. It's like they keep all of these pedestrian areas so walkable, runnable, bikeable, etc. So it is, I feel like you actually you're seeing your tax dollars at work in the city of Minneapolis. Contrary to what some people might think. Kevin says Hamilton was an amazing musical. I liked Hamilton. I thought it was fun to revisit American history in that musical. Vice says Dono Wow as well. Good to see you, Vice. Pata6, I gotta make sure to get you in my Dono shout outs. Yay! All right, Pata6 says, we don't really celebrate St. Patrick's Day in Sweden. I wonder, Pata, or Patrick, I should say. I know your name is Patrick. Where you live, are there Irish pubs that will like throw a celebration? Also, I'm curious to know, are there many Irish immigrants in Sweden? It seems kind of random, but I don't know. I really don't know about all the immigrant groups in Sweden. Nissi Lizeth. I don't know what that means. Patrick says, spring got all 4 seasons at once. Yes. Patrick says, a few years ago we had snow in May. That's like us sometimes here in Minnesota. Yep. And he says, if Prince picked Minneapolis as his permanent residence, that it must be a great place. It really is. You know, I feel like it's such a frustrating experience where you're seeing your home city getting absolutely dragged through the headlines. Like there's just so much overwhelmingly negative press about the city you're living in. And it's like, there's like one pocket of the city where stuff is going down. And it's like, well, yeah, I'm not gonna go over there where all of the, like the ICE activity and whatever else, riots. And then it's just like, yeah, but that's one pocket of this big city where so many people live. It's just, you're like, oh, it's such a shame. It's such a shame. It's like the media will show one horrible thing happening. It's like, this is happening in Minneapolis. And then everyone's like, oh, so all of Minneapolis is a war zone and it's a show. And you're like, no, there's all of us other people living here who are happily living here, living our daily lives, you know, whatever, like going to work, there's, you know, tons of universities here. There's kids going to university, kids going to school. Like life is functioning normal for 99% of us. And yet you're like, oh man, we just look so bad in the media right now. It's sad. Dylan, oh my gosh, look at this. We got a train of St. Paddy's Day super chats. Thank you. I love it. I love it. Thank you for the St. Paddy's Day super chat. There you go, Dylan Thomas O'Boyle, since you insist on St. Paddy's Day with a D. There we go. Gotta make sure to get you on my dono list as well. Dylan, since you're our Irish person here in the chat, as far as I know, you're the only Irish person here in our chat tonight. What are you gonna do for St. Patrick's Day? Well, it's already St. Patrick's Day over where you're at. I'm curious, what will you be doing today? / what are your traditions in terms of like activities, events, food, people you see? This might be a dumb question, but I feel like it's such a big holiday over there. Do you guys get it as a holiday from work? Like, is it a day off? I'm gonna Google this. Do Irish people get St. Patrick's Day off? Patrick's Day off. Oh, it is a public holiday. Let's go. Oh my gosh, you don't have work tomorrow. It's so, it never occurred to me. Because it's not the same as Irish Independence Day, is it? I don't think so. When is Irish Independence Day? Oh, okay, there's not a single widely celebrated Independence Day. Gotcha, okay. I'm happy for you guys that you guys get it off as a public holiday. Makes sense. St. Patrick's Day has always been one of those fun holidays here in the US that no one gets off. Because it's like, it's fun. There's pub crawls, there's parades, there's fun things you can do, but you have to do it in your spare time because you're not going to be getting it off for work. All right, let's see, Brian. I'm doing good, Brian, celebrating St. Patrick's Day. Pot to 6 is not where I live. Okay. Kentucky guys, George Washington. Interesting. Oh, interesting. I didn't know that. El Rulo from Odessa, Texas is here. Great to see you. Bank holiday. We don't have Independence Day. Oh, you do have to work. Well, is this because it's your own business, Dylan? Or, because you're self-employed, right? You don't work for an employer. I'm thinking if you work for an employer over there, you generally get St. Patrick's Day off. Is that right? Great Freeze. Uh-oh, are you talking about me? Pot to 6, Patrick? Brian says, Hannah, you're half Irish. Not quite. So I'm half European ancestry. 50% European white, 50% Ethiopian. But the 50%, the half of me that's European ancestry, in that 50%, there's several things. So I'm not 50% Irish. I'm 50% mix of European white ethnicities. Let's see. NC says, Hannah's making St. Paddy's Day cupcakes for the whole office. Too late for that, but yeah, I've been, as you guys know, this year I've been really focused on clean eating, really kicking sugar, but it's like, I don't plan on having that be an indefinite thing, and I'm planning to ramp up some recipes sooner rather than later. All right, Dylan says, yes, but you can still work, but you have to get an extra day's holiday. Patrick says, yes, you made a face and it froze. Oh, that's really funny. Kevin says, I'm Irish and Colombian. That's a cool mix. All right. Let's see what you guys are saying in the poll. Looks like Irish step dancing is taking the poll by storm. NC says, woo! I know, I've been missing my recipe, like the OG content of this channel where it's like planning new recipes, new recipe video. It's just been very, I feel like it's been more live streams and it's been more short content and it's been more like brand collabs, which are great. I love them. But part of me is like, I miss the recipe videos. They're so fun. Dylan is saying, I'm going up to Mayo tomorrow for 2 nights. Very fun. Any particular reason why, or is it just like a trip you've got planned? St. Patrick's Day is a public holiday in the Republic of Ireland. That's so cool, OMG. So cool. And see, you can always gift it to your favorite neighbor. True. That is true. You know, I was actually watching the Great British Bake Off, I think the most recent season, And there was a lady who was a contestant, and she said that she would bake a bunch of stuff, but she was like, I don't really eat that much sugar. I try not to eat. So she would make all this stuff and then like have a little bit of it just to see how it tasted. But then she would basically gift 98% of 99% of what it was that she had made: chocolate chip cookies, bread, like whatever. And I saw that on Bake Off and I was like, wait, I love the idea of baking and cooking, more baking. I feel like it's a little weirder to gift cooked things, but in terms of like bringing in cupcakes and cookies and cake, yeah, it's like, I don't want to eat a ton of sugar ever, really. Like I really want to watch my sugar, and my blood work was really good in terms of like A1C and not being diabetic, which is something I'm keeping an eye on indefinitely. But it's like, you know, I still love baking and I want to make these things. It's just I want to have a little bit of it and then be able to gift most of it to other people. Kevin says, I have an old coworker who moved to Duluth. Ooh, what brought your coworker to Duluth? What was the reason? My partner I need a break with my partner, and from work I had a relapse recently due to stress. Oh no, I'm sorry. Yes, then, ooh, please take care of yourself, Dylan. And yes, take a break. That is like, that's what they're for. You know, rejuvenating yourself. I feel like looking back on last year, I worked really, really hard and I'm happy with the growth, but it's just, there were multiple points of burnout, and just, it's like when your phone battery goes to like, you can't even see the red anymore because the battery is showing like 1% bar status and then it dies. That was basically me multiple times last year, where my energy battery was like the 1% left of the battery symbol, and then it hit 0, and I just was like, I am so physically exhausted. I know I got COVID at least once last year. It was so bad, and it stuck around for like 2 weeks. So I'm like, yeah, I feel like this year has been I've been more intentional about take it easier. You don't gotta go crazy. Prioritize rest. There are seasons to like grind like a mad woman, and then seasons where it's okay to just enjoy a little more free time and rest. And so I've been feeling, I'm talking to you, Dylan, I've been feeling the need for more rest this year, because I was like, ooh, I went real hard last year and it was great. I don't regret it, but it also was like good lessons learned in terms of managing time, like my stopping point, like when I decided to finally let myself rest versus when I should have let myself rest a lot earlier before absolutely hitting burnout. Yeah, trying to carry that into this year. Brian, yes. Meticulously Gifted, that's a fun username. Chief the Medicine Man says, peace to the tribe. Todd Long, good to see you, Todd. Thanks for joining, and happy St. Patrick's Day. Haha, Godzilla, yes, it's St. Patrick's Day. Go to my channel. I made a short video on these earrings that I got from Target. I am wearing my Lucky Shamrock earrings. Aren't they so pretty? They were $15 at Target. NC, have a lovely night and happy St. Patrick's Day. And also a reminder to you guys, I am not doing Wednesday night live streams anymore. I've decided to cut those from my schedule so that I have more time to focus on filming long form content. I want to use my time for other stuff. So I've decided to get rid of the Wednesday night live streams. So my next live stream night will be Friday night. Brian, Cake Boss was the best. Pink Panther, good to see you. Slices Chris, you should do a Burmese tea leaf salad. Whoa, I've never heard of that before. Sounds good though. Pata6 says, worst feeling. Dylan says, I had to start again. I couldn't believe I relapsed. Oh no, I'm sorry. Was over a month of it. Brian, enjoy yourself. I do not like beer. I absolutely hate it. So there will be no beer for me. I also don't drink alcohol anymore. Pata6, those are nice. Thank you. They look way more. Thanks, Godzilla. Honestly, when I ordered these, I was like, okay, these are some fun $15 shamrock earrings. But honestly, like, for how nice they look in person, because sometimes, you know, the picture online can be very deceiving and then you get them and they look like crap. But honestly, like, I'm so happy with how these look. Yeah, I was very happy with these. Brian says, it's so amazing. I love your energy and attitude. Thanks, Brian. Always a pleasure having you here. Are you going to film love stories? No. No. Pata6, yes. Oh yeah. I had COVID last year. I had COVID the year before. It's so not fun. Each of those, so I've had COVID at least 2 times. I'm positive because I had all of the symptoms, especially like both times I lost my sense of taste. I lost my sense of smell. Like I was literally going to my spice cabinets and I remember sniffing like cinnamon and curry and pepper. Like I just went like, and I literally couldn't smell anything. I couldn't smell the cinnamon. I couldn't smell the curry. I couldn't smell the black pepper. And I was like, oh shoot, this is definitely COVID. But yeah, I lost my taste. Don't worry, I have it again. This was only temporary. But when I had COVID, I lost my taste. I lost my smell. And I had the like burning, like painfully sore throat where like even just taking like a little sip of something, like swallowing, was like razor blade, just so much pain. Like it hurt so much to even just swallow. So I feel like those 3 symptoms together, I was like, oh, 100% this is COVID. But then I remember also on top of those 3 symptoms, it's like I had a fever. I was like, oh my God, I'm burning up. I had a splitting headache, like absolutely so painful. I had congestion. I sounded really nasally. I had a drippy nose. It was just like, and like crippling fatigue for 2 weeks. I remember feeling like I was a zombie in a zombie movie. All I wanted to do was just lay on the couch all day, and it took so much effort to get out of bed every day because I was like, all I want to do is just sleep 10 more hours. It was so miserable both times. But I'm like, oh well, nothing I can do about it except just rest and try and recover as quickly as I can. Mustafa said hi. Pata6 says, had it myself years back. Yeah, I feel like between the year, like the start of the pandemic, like March 2020 until March of 2024, like for 4 good years, as far as I could tell, I never got COVID. If I did get it, I never showed any symptoms. So I feel like the first 4 years of the existence of COVID, I never showed any symptoms or got sick and was like, oh, this is COVID. But then I feel like it finally caught me in February of 2024. And then I got it a second time, I'm positive, in September of 2025. So once in 2024 and once in 2025, at least symptomatic COVID. Brian is drinking some ginger with garlic and turmeric tea. That sounds very healthy. I am drinking some Irish tea, everyone, in case you didn't know what I was sipping on. I'm drinking some berries tea Irish breakfast. I got this at my local grocery store. I think they carry this on Amazon, at Walmart, on Target.com. So yeah, I was able to find this at one of my local grocery stores. You guys who live in the US, if you live in a city or suburb somewhere and you can access a grocery store or just shop online, they should have Barry's tea if you're curious about having some Irish breakfast. All right. Gomez is saying there is a meta-pneumonia virus. Oh no. I low-key really love learning about diseases though. I think they're super interesting. So I'm gonna Google this. Meta-pneumovirus, Los Angeles. A little known respiratory virus called human metapneumovirus, HMPV, the cases are currently rising in California and across the United States. It's a respiratory virus. Interesting. Hopefully it's not too severe. Okay. Thanks for letting us know, Gomez. Slices Chris, Burmese tea leaf salad was far and away the most popular vegan dish at the restaurant I worked at. Ooh, Burmese tea leaf salad? Let me Google this. Burmese tea leaf salad. Oh my gosh, this looks like a dream. What's in this? What? This looks so incredibly healthy. This looks like food that monks, like the Dalai Lama, would eat. Wow. Burmese tea leaf salad. Whoa, I have to have this. Oh my goodness. Maybe this will be my next recipe video, guys. I am putting this on my to-do list. Recipe video for Burmese tea leaf salad. Oh, man, that looks good. I wonder if you could add tofu to it. I'm thinking like, what are the proteins here? Wow. That looks so incredibly healthy. I wish I had one right now. Thank you for sharing that, Slices Chris. Thank you so much for putting this on my radar. It looks absolutely heavenly. All right, Soul Capsule, my fave millennial. Yes, Team Millennial. I love being a millennial. I feel like we get crapped on by Gen Z and probably Gen Alpha too, but I'm like, whatever, kids. It's, at least I'm not you guys. I love being a millennial. I don't care. Yes, there's like chuggy, cringy things that millennials do. There's like millennial gray. There's the millennial pause. There's, I'm trying to think of other things we've gotten dragged for. You know, all of like the trends that were back in the day. The like angsty side swoop hair, circa 2008, live, laugh, love, live, laugh, die happy, like the crusty like Facebook profiles. It's like, yeah, but you guys have your cringe too. Okay. Brian Patrick says, had to use furniture to support me walking. Oh, that was like me when I got COVID. I was the Walking Dead. I was like, I am dead to the world except for my heart that's beating inside of me. And in any other way, I felt like my brain was dead. I felt like my muscles were dead. I felt like my appetite was gone. It just was like this walking human that was barely alive. Chief the Medicine Man says, I gotta look that up now. Lol. Slices Chris says, you can add tofu. Some people add shrimp. Yum. Yeah. I feel like, because it's from Burma, which is pretty close to Thailand. And I think of like, whenever I go out and eat Thai cuisine, my protein of choice, because they have usually chicken, beef, shrimp. I don't know if they do pork that much. But of all the protein options, I'll usually go with tofu at a Thai restaurant. So I think I would add tofu to this. Man, it's so pretty too, visually. It's just beautiful. All right. JB, tomato salad. Ooh, and then like a pita wrap. Man, I've been craving falafel. Falafel sounds so good. Your boy Mud says, is this the second question? If not, what was the answer to the second one? This is the second poll question, yes. So the first one was my favorite Irish food, and the answer was boxty pancakes, like potato pancakes that are Irish. And now this one is my favorite part of Irish culture. Soul Capsule says, ha ha ha. Kevin, millennials in the house. Yep. I love being a millennial. It's so great. I've said this before. I love that millennials got a taste of what life was like. We were the tail end of what the before times were, like before all the smart technology. It's like our childhood still had like pen and paper. I remember having to write essays on paper. It's just, there's that element of it. We weren't born with iPhone 16 already in existence. And what else? Oh, I feel like as a millennial, I feel exactly in the, like, behavior wise and like values wise, I feel like I'm 50%, like half my heart is boomer, half my heart is Gen Z / Gen Alpha, where it's like there's so many things I really like about the boomers. I like the grit, the no nonsense, no BS, like suck it up and go. Don't be a wimp. Stop making excuses. It's like I like that hardiness of the boomers. And then I also like the realness and the savviness and the speed and the goofiness of the Gen Zs and the Gen Alphas. Like, I appreciate that they call out BS where they see it, where it's like, just because this is how things have been done, like, why do we just have to go along with it? So I don't like hate any of the generations. I just love being a millennial the most. James says, hi, Jimmy. Andrew Ziden is here. Hello. I'm having a good night ringing in St. Patrick's Day with all of you guys. Patrick says, nuh-uh, Brian. Lloyd Daly, hello. Yes, Green Gang tonight because it's St. Patrick's Day. Andrew Zayden says, it's crazy being 28 and technically being Gen Z. Yep, you're like right at the cutoff. Andrew, I am 32 and a half. I turned 32 and a half on last Friday, the 13th, because March is my half birthday month. So I am 32 and a half years old, halfway to 33 this year. And okay, Lloyd says, what do you like about living or growing up in Minnesota? Oh my gosh, so many things. I love the weather. I love the people here. I love the just the parks and recreation. I love the high quality of life in terms of just access to care. I feel like the healthcare systems here, access to clinics, hospitals. We've got Mayo, we've got loads of hospitals. So it's like access to really high quality healthcare services. I love, it's like a good mix of like urban and rural, which I know you could say that about like tons of states. But I would say growing up in the Minneapolis metro area as a kid, I really loved the immigrant populations here. I feel like, so my dad is from Ethiopia and there's like a huge East African community here, but we also have people from Ukraine. We have like a very thriving Eastern European community here, like Russians and Ukrainians. We have people from Cambodia, we have people from Myanmar, but just like a really great immigrant community here. The food scene is really good here. I just feel like what I love too is like the pace of life, because I spent 4 years in New Haven, Connecticut at Yale as a college student. I lived 1 year in Washington, D.C., and then I also made many trips to like Boston, New York. And I feel like living in New England, I'm glad I lived out there for all those years, but it just felt like the pace of life is so fast. It's like everyone's hustling, everyone's grinding. No one has time to talk to you because they got places to go. Snip, snap, don't bother me, don't talk to me. I don't care about you. I don't give an F about you. Honk, 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 like aggressive drivers. It's like go, 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 go. And I just was like, this is not my vibe. This is not my pace of life. I still want hard workers. I feel like in the Midwest you get hard workers, but there's still this like slower pace of life where it's just not everything is so like corporate and networky and climb the ladder and what like buzzy. Like I respect it. I respect the hustle, and I know a lot of people love living in places like that, but I just remember like when I was working in Washington DC, I was like, man, there's never time. It feels like there's never time off, because it's like when you're done with work, you go to a happy hour, and then you got to go to this place because it's a networking event, and then there's something on the weekend, and then there's like a political rally, and then and I'm like, when does it end? I remember someone describing DC saying that it felt like everyone was on their own personal treadmill to success. And I was like, I gotta get off this treadmill, man. Like, this is not the treadmill I wanna be on. It's for some, I've got most of my friends out in DC. Like, that's where they happened to all land, because it's such a hub for like every industry. But yeah, I think the pace of life, the beauty of the nature here, the wildlife, and then the mix of like very, I would say on average, like high quality schools, high quality access to healthcare, lots of beautiful recreational areas. Like the public park system here is excellent. Yeah, and I would say like the people here are generally very nice. Like we're known for the Minnesota goodbye, which is like where you're trying to leave a gathering, whether it's like you're trying to leave church service or you're trying to leave a restaurant, you're trying to leave someone's house, and it's like you say goodbye and then you're like, you know, I was just thinking the other day about how Susan said this, that, and then it's like the conversation goes on for another 3 hours. It's so funny, but it's like people here actually, not everyone, but I would say generally people here really don't, like, they're happy to like chat with you. Like I just think the people here are a bit warmer than your typical, if you just plucked someone from like the middle of New York City. I think if you just happen to pick someone at random from the Minneapolis population or greater Minnesota, they'd be more likely to be like, oh yeah, like let's chat about, you know, how are you doing? How are you, blah, blah, blah. Sometimes it's a little too chatty, but I think it's just a little friendlier here than in other parts. White Lightning sent a bunch of clovers. Thank you. I saw those. Let me get you on my dono shout out list. That was a really long yap, so let me catch up on the chat now. Patrick is gonna turn 32. Nice. So we're very close in age. Let's see here. Chief the Medicine Man, what are your thoughts on Gen X? It sounds so rude, but in my head, they're like the invisible gen. Like they're the forgotten generation. Because all I think of is like my parents were boomers. So it's like they're just, I feel like boomers are like front and center in my face because they're my parents. And like all of my friends' parents are boomers. So it's like, we all know the boomer tropes that are out there. Boomers, I'm a millennial, and so are pretty much all of my friends. Some of my friends are Gen Zs, because I'm at the lower, I'm near the cutoff for millennials to Gen Zs, and then Gen Alphas, but I don't, Gen X I'm like, who are the Gen X's in my life? Like, it's hard for me to tell, like, who's a Gen X. Because in some cases it's like, oh, that might be a Gen X, but it's just an older millennial. So I'm like, I don't know. I think Gen X is just, for me, it's confusing because of all the generations that are alive right now, boomer, I mean, some silent gen, but okay. There's boomers, Gen X, millennials, Gen Z, Gen Alpha. Of all the human beings that I've interacted with and really at least become acquainted with in my life, I would say by far the biggest chunk is millennials. Then it's probably boomers, because I have a lot of boomer adults in my life. And then it's like Gen Z, Gen Alpha, because I've had some interactions with like students, or like when I was in grad school, I would have some classes with like undergrads who were Gen Zs. So I'm like, who are the Gen X's of my life? It's hard for me to think of people who are Gen X. Cosborn says, analog era was simple and not as addictive. Exactly. Yeah, the addictiveness of like algorithm-based social media is very concerning to me. White Lightning, hello Hannah, will you be Irish tap dancing tonight? Not quite, but I do have all my Irish stuff out for you guys. I figured I'd wear my necklace, and then I still am drinking some Barry's Irish breakfast tea. James, hello. Brian, Kevin, dang, you went to Yale. Wow, that's amazing. That New Haven pizza though. Yes, Kevin, I went to Yale for my undergrad. I've been thinking about, okay, you guys, I had this thought the other day where it's like some of you know that I did undergrad at Yale, and I was thinking about like writing a series of like stories, or like small, like maybe like a book to just like self-publish and have available as like a purchasable, a buyable item on my YouTube channel, where it's like you can link a store for people to buy items associated with your channel or your brand. And I was like, it'd be so fun to just self-publish a downloadable book where I could just share like my time at Yale, like put photos in there, tell you guys funny stories, adventures like, oh my gosh, yes. So it's like, I feature, or I talk about Yale every now and then, but yes, that is where I went to college. Shopper, don't forget the hockey team is decent in Minnesota. Yes, great hockey, great, yes, just great conditions for skating. I grew up doing figure skating. Peace and joy is here. Victor, I do not have a treadmill in my house, but I would love to have one at some point, just for like walking or running. Yes. Matt Acoustic, hello. Lloyd Daly, let me give you my sister's channel. Lloyd Daly. My sister's channel is Rachel Gore. Matt Acoustic says, snow, ugh. Slices Chris. Salt and pepper fried tofu, yum. Midwest friendly is a real thing. Yep, we have a saying, Minnesota nice here. When I think of Gen X, I think of Keanu Reeves, and I haven't seen a single thing of him. I don't know. I know of him, but I'm just like, he's never appealed to me. Silver Star said hi. Matt Acoustic, X is the most fascinating and awesome gen. I would disagree with you there, but you can have your own opinion. Silver Star, Cosborn, Gen X are great workers. So Gen X must have had, their parents must have been silent gen, or like the old boomers. Raymond Church. Cosborn wants tap dancing. No, I'm gonna pass. Lloyd Daly, do you ever wear your hair down on your lives broadcasts? I may have done it like once or twice, but typically no. Many presidents of the USA attended Yale University. I was just having this conversation with my sister and my dad over the weekend. We were comparing, it's like, which university has more presidents, Harvard or Yale? Harvard has more. I think Harvard has 8 and Yale has 5. But I'm like, it could always change. You never know. You never know. White Lightning says you will get 1 million views if you tap dance on the counter. The thing is, one of my rules for YouTube, I'm not doing performative gimmicks for views. I could do all kinds of like stuff on here just for the views, but I actually care about reading your comments, getting to know you guys, building a community, and featuring content that I'm passionate about, that I really care about. So I'm not a circus monkey. I'm not gonna do whatever it takes to just get views. I will be doing stuff that I genuinely care about. Slices Chris says, who has more people on that list? Okay, you read my mind. So Harvard has more presidents. I believe it's 8. You'll have to fact check me. I think Yale has 5. But I was saying this to my dad and my sister, because I mean, who knows? We don't know what the outcome of the next presidential election will be. I predict, like in my crystal ball, I would predict that the Republican ticket would have JD Vance as the presidential nominee. Hopper, gotcha, I think. But like, again, I don't get into my own political views on here. I don't tell y'all who I vote for. But if I were using my sixth sense and using a crystal ball to predict like who's going to be on the tickets, like voting ballots in 2028, I would guess that on the Republican ticket it would be JD Vance, who is a Yalie. So I'm like, okay. Then when we compare Harvard versus Yale, it would bring the count up from 5 to 6 if JD Vance is in fact who the Republicans put on the on the ballot for president, and 2 if he wins the election in 2028. So lots of ifs, but I was saying this to my sister and my dad. I was like, you never know. It's like Yale could bring things closer to Harvard in terms of which the tally count for presidents. Corey Nelson is here. Yes, I'm very excited for St. Patrick's Day. Yes, Mr. T. Dizzle is here. I feel like I'm gonna sneeze. Excuse me. All right. Kevin says Bush and Clinton both went to Yale. Yes. Herbert Walker and W. Both the Bushes and Clinton. And Hillary. So both Clintons, Hillary and Bill, they met at Yale. And George Bush, the dad, and George Bush, the son, both went to Yale. Corey Nelson, Shopper. Oh wait, I need to get Hopper on my dono list. That made me think. Love it. Okay. Ryan Cosmore says, hashtag drop the bun. Okay, for all of you guys who want to see my bun down, you're gonna need to, sorry, my TV is being so loud. Go to my channel, look at my YouTube shorts. I have a New Year's Eve bun drop short where I take my bun out into a ponytail. So go look at that short video if you haven't seen it already. Callie is here. How are you, Callie? Thanks so much for joining. Slices Chris, who has more people? Okay, I read that already. Corey Nelson, what happened to the famous Prince Paulo? I don't know. I mean, he'll probably come back at some point. Everything, Callie? Yes, I'm wearing my St. Patrick's Day earrings since it's coming up so soon. Yay! I got these from Target. I ordered them last week. The Wee Garden Witch. Corey Nelson, when I say the movies, how high it was Harvard for all the way for me. Harvard has Kennedy, Roosevelt, and Adams, though. And Obama. Don't forget Obama. He went to Harvard Law School. Ribar, hello. And thank you. Thanks, Callie. How have you been, Callie? I mean, I know you've been busy on both of your channels. Oh my gosh, wait, I'm going to your channel right now. You're almost to 50K. That is crazy. That is amazing. Wow. That is so impressive. Congrats. Corey Nelson, when I saw it, JB says, I started making, oh, yes, let's see it. Oh my gosh, wait. This is so cool. I'm so glad you started making content. Yes. That is so cool. I'm looking at your shorts right now. Very cool, JB. Yeah, honest, like, if I'm like speaking to all of you, like if you guys feel like posting content, like don't worry about like view. It's just, to me, it's so worth posting stuff, as it's like you have this online video archive of your life. And to me, that is so fun, being able to just house videos on YouTube, and then you can connect with other people and share videos with other people. It's really fun to look back. Like every now and then I've gone on deep dives. I've gone just back in time to look at video where it's like, gosh, what did I, like what was I doing on this day 4 years ago? Or what was I posting on March 16th in 2021? And then I scroll back and I'm like, oh my gosh, that's where I was living. That's what I looked like. That's what I sounded like. Those were my clothes. Like, this was my schedule. Like, it is so much fun to go back and look at yourself and what you were doing at that point in your life, however many years ago. So yes, like if you have like the interest, or even not, or you're curious, like, oh, I wonder what it would be like, or I say do it. Just post videos. Who can, like, there'll always be trolls. Like, the world is full of trolls. You can't let them ruin the fun. JB says, thanks. You're welcome. That's so cool to hear. Callie says, thank you. Ricky Mota says, World Cup champs. Who? I'm curious. I am something. Conan went to Harvard too. Yep. The Wee Garden Witch. I'm Sleepy Gal. I'm not. It's probably because I'm drinking caffeinated tea in honor of St. Patrick's Day. It's Irish breakfast tea, but this definitely has caffeine in it. Oh well. Lloyd Daly, have you ever done journalism? No, I really love writing. Writing is like one of my favorite things ever. But I just never, like, I wasn't a journalism major. Like, I've written things before. Like, I've written different pieces or articles or whatever. Can you repeat, where do I go to? Oh, here, Lloyd. Let me comment at you. Lloyd, go to my channel, click on shorts, and scroll down until you see the one for my New Year's Eve bun drop at midnight. That is how you'll find it. Callie says, I agree. The Wee Garden Witch says, I post the most random videos. And that's, I mean, YouTube is what you want it to be. There's no rule. I mean, there's community guidelines. You can't post crazy stuff that's not appropriate for viewers, but within the community guidelines, if you're following those, I mean, it can be whatever you want. It can be a million niches. It can be one topic. It can be every day. It can be mostly shorts. It can be a mix. It can be only live streaming. I mean, I've seen some people take like a year hiatus and then come back. It's just, it's like endless, an endless universe. Wee Garden Witch says, I'm 21, but I post like a grandma. I mean, it's whatever you want to post. Whatever you're interested in. Or whatever you feel like posting. Callie, I have videos from 6 years ago. Oh, I love that. I think that's so special. Joe Wolf said hi. Hello, Joe. Hope you're doing good. Happy St. Patrick's Day. Blue Wave, thank you so much. JB says, doing music too. Yes. I love that. Love. I would love to have more music content on here. Ship Navi, Wee Garden Witch is from Derry. Hello then, that is cool. I want to see Derry to Dublin. How far is that? When you say Derry, is it Londonderry? Or is it like, is that a county? Derry, Londonderry, UK. Wow, you're way up there. Holy moly. Assuming I got this right. The Derry. Derry Corner. Whoa. Oh, this is so cool. So you're from like the far northern part of Ireland. Are you on the border with Northern Ireland? Boy, I struggle with UK geography. I'll just admit that right now. Brian, suplex, JB, it could be an AI video fighting aliens. LOL, yes. We Garden Witch says, yes, Northern Ireland. Very cool. Oh my gosh, then happy St. Patrick's Day. I was asking this earlier in the live. Do you have, because you said you are 21, do you have tomorrow off of work, like a public holiday? C. Kushner, hello. Welcome, welcome. Brian says, how can you celebrate St. Patrick's Day without the Guinness? Because, I've said this before, Brian, I don't drink alcohol. David J, hello. Oh, why did I pin that? Sorry, I went to click on it. That was not intended. I was wanting to, oh my Lord. God. Sometimes YouTube just foils what you're trying to do. Detroit David. That's what I was checking. I'm like, I think this is Detroit David. Hello, Detroit David. How are you? Also, vote in the poll, guys. I'm going to close it real soon. Wow, we've already hit 2 hours. That went so... That second hour flew by. Whoa. The Wee Garden Witch says, I run a farm. Wait. Oh my gosh. Okay, the Wee Garden Witch. I'm going to subscribe to you right now. Because one of my dreams for, I would say the next 3 to 5 years, being realistic where I am currently in my career, my age, my net worth, all that stuff. One of my dreams, so I live in Minneapolis, Minnesota. You may have heard of it, unfortunately, from bad headlines coming out of our city lately. But anyways, it's like a decent sized American city, but I'm like in the city, super urban, like just, you know, there's not like large plots of land really. So one of my dreams in the next 3 to 5 years is to purchase property in the more rural part of my state of Minnesota. Not too far, I mean, who knows, but like somewhere outside of Minneapolis where I can buy like many acres and have some horses that I keep, and then have a garden where I grow most of my produce, because I mean, I just buy all of my produce from the grocery store, because being in a city, that's the most time efficient, the most convenient. But I dream of the day of having this beautiful garden and I grow tons of stuff, and then I can eat it fresh, or I can preserve it in my freezer, or I can store it in like canning, like mason jars, whatever. But I would love to get to a point where I've got the resources to, you know, live off the land a lot more than I can currently. I might work on my funeral. Oh, I didn't see that part. The Wee Garden Witch. Yes, Brian, exactly. Yeah, alcohol not required. JP, heard of it from Purple Rain. Cool. Nothing like a city of New Orleans, says Aviation Buddy. Good to see you again, Aviation Buddy. Hope you're doing well. Happy St. Paddy's Day. The Wee Garden Witch says, hey, I'm all right. Ernest says, have a wonderful night, Hannah. You are always amazing. Thank you, Ernest. I appreciate you. Happy St. Patrick's Day. All right, before I close the poll, I'm gonna remind you guys about my next live stream. That my next live stream is this Friday. Remember, I am cutting the Wednesday night live stream. So the next live stream is this Friday night at 8 p.m. Central Time, USA. Lots of fun emojis, so please come back and chat some more. So Next live stream is this Friday. Remember that. We garden which you need to be self-sufficient. Exactly. I think that's something that bothers me, or at least something that I'm aware of. I'm aware of the fact that I depend fully on my grocery store and Amazon delivery and Target and Walmart deliveries to keep me fed and alive, or takeout restaurants. And it's like, that's fine. Like, I live in a city, it's 2026, like I have the resources to purchase all this stuff, and it's just part of living in a city where there's, like, I'm not gonna have, it would be cumbersome to have a garden plot where I currently live. But part of me is like, you know, then if there's any disruptions with the grocery stores, if there's mass recalls because of contamination and whatever, it's like, if anything happens with the supply chain, with contaminations, with whatever, it's like that immediately impacts my ability. It's like that I'm gonna have to come up with other alternatives. Whereas like if you're just growing everything yourself, or almost everything yourself, you're just, yeah, it's like you're independent of all these other systems, and you're not as vulnerable if there's anything that happens. So I love the idea of eventually being, if not entirely self-sufficient, like 80 to 90% self-sufficient, where it's like worst case scenario, if I just like couldn't get to a grocery store, or they shut down, or we had another pandemic and things were going crazy, I'd be like, oh, well, I'll just continue gardening, and whenever the grocery stores come back, I'll just maybe go to them. So it's something I would love to achieve. I would say in the next 5 years, I would hope that by the next 5 years I could get to that point. Brian, JB says, lol, Jesus King with the hearts. JB says, sounds frustrating. Mr. Mystic. Hydrate is cast, everyone, including the chat. Nice. I love that. I have some Irish tea right here in honor of St. Patrick's Day. So sláinte, guys. Happy St. Paddy's. All right. So I reminded you guys that my next live stream is on Friday night this week. We're almost to 100 likes, guys. We're at 99. Let's bump it up. In the meantime, I'm going to close this poll question and let you guys know the answer. Chief the Medicine Man says, I started a seed bank. Smart. I started a seed bank a few years ago. All the foods I eat, I got from Rare Seeds. Nice. Dude, this is great. It just feels like you have more control over the ability to feed yourself when you grow your own stuff. That's what I love about it. It's like, it's just the peace of mind knowing that if anything happens with deliveries or grocery stores or restaurants or public health crisis, and if there's another mass lockdown like we had several years ago, you can still feed yourself even if all these other systems shut down. That to me is so powerful, and currently I'm not in that position at all. William Lynn, yes, thank you so much. I saw that we ticked up to 100 likes, so I appreciate you, William. Thank you so much. Okay, Josh B is here. Sláinte, yes. To the Wee Garden Witch over in, I think you said Northern Ireland, right? Derry looked like it was it looked really close to the border between Ireland and Northern Ireland. But Sláinte and happy St. Patrick's Day. Okay, poll time. Second poll question. Guess my favorite part of Irish culture. You guys did good. It is Irish step dancing. That was one of my phases during childhood. I wanted to be a river dancer. I was obsessed with Michael Flatley, the Lord of the Dance, and Gene Butler, his dancing partner. I watched that river dance recording from like the 90s. Oh my gosh. So I don't know, probably dozens of times. I thought step dancing was the most mesmerizing thing I had ever seen, ever. And I wanted to be a step dancer. So yes, it is step dancing. That is my favorite part of Irish culture. Victor, 9-point lead in the Premier League. Okay, I see you guys. That's gotta be Arsenal, right? Well done, lads. I've got an emoji for that, Victor. I do like Arsenal. JB, Raid Frog says, I got 2 wrong today. Oh, better luck next time. River Dancers, yes, Brian. Wee Garden, which says, I wanted to be a step dancer, Brian, when I was a kid. I don't want to be a step dancer now. Ooh, I gotta thank people. So I believe I had two mods here today, Back to the Future and Happy Life. Thank you to my wonderful mods. They are so, so, so good. So on top of it. Oh, you're a river dancer? What? No way. Oh my gosh, I am a river dancer. That is so cool. Whoa. I'm mesmerized. Anyone who can do step dancing and do river dance, oh my gosh. I was like bewitched as a kid. I would watch it and I was like, oh, that is the coolest thing I've ever seen. It just was so captivating to me as a kid. What was I gonna say here? Oh, it went out of my mind. Anyways, I was giving a round of thank yous. So wonderful mods, Back to the Future and Happy Life were both here, I'm positive. There were several gifts and donations. So there were super chats from Sir Mod, JB, Patrick, Headstrom, Pata6, and Dylan Thomas O'Boyle. So thank you to those of you who sent super chats tonight. And then there were several gifts that people sent. Satariano Gaming, Roger Hess, Paper Chase and Jason, Bishop Bullwinkle, White Lightning, and Hopper1269. Thank you guys for sending gifts. Let's see these last few comments here. Your name is Louisa. Okay, I'm gonna write this down. Louisa, oh my gosh. We Garden Witch equals Louisa, who is a river dancer. That is so cool. I love that on St. Patrick's Day, well, it's St. Patrick's Day Eve for me, but I'm just gonna say it's St. Patrick's Day. I love that I got to chat with not only someone who is from the Emerald Isle, but also a river dancer. That is so wild. You did 5 years, Louisa. William Lynn, river dance musicians were excellent. 100% agree. We Garden Witch, yes, Brian, we need to see henna. All right, so we made it to 102 likes. Thank you so much, guys. And, oh, I know what I was gonna write down. My trivia question idea for next time. One of them, I want it to be, like phases I had during childhood. Okay. Clouds doll. Did you know a sentence uses words? In fact, I did. Yes. Okay, I think that's it for tonight. I gotta get going because it's a work night and I gotta get up early tomorrow, and I'm trying to post a short for you guys. I filmed a short of me trying this berries tea earlier tonight, so I want to get that edited and posted. So keep an eye out for that, guys. That'll be going up sometime tonight or early tomorrow. Clouds doll, I appreciate it. Tis the night/day to be up to some shenanigans because it is St. Patrick's Day. All right, this was so fun, guys. I hope you have a wonderful, wonderful, wonderful St. Patrick's Day. Maybe go find a way to celebrate. Obviously it's optional, but I love St. Paddy's Day, and I'm so glad I could do some fun St. Paddy's Day stuff with you guys tonight. Much love and respect. Same to you, William Lynn. Thank you for being the 100th like. I think that was you, wasn't it? Or it might have been another William. Apologies. It was you, William Lynn. Yep, you put me on 100 likes. Thank you so much for that. Chief of the Medicine Man. Yeah, this was super fun. Super, super fun. Great meeting all of you. Good night, Victor. Good night, Louisa, if you're still here. Happy St. Patrick's Day to all of you. Hope you have a wonderful, wonderful, fun St. Patrick's Day. And yes, good night to you, Louisa. And remember that my next live stream is Friday night this week, 8 p.m. Central Standard Time here in the United States. So I will see all of you, hopefully, this Friday night, 8 p.m. Central Time. Bye. Happy St. Patrick's Day.